Hello there to the ladies, the lads, the gentlemen, the hardy boys, the geeks and nerds, the jocks and goths, the lovers, the haters, the players, and my mum. I am Crossfire. This is a cast. Welcome to Crossfire Cast. Let's get this one underway. Jaeger Tech, you guys might recognize if you've actually been watching my casts, because he's actually sent in a replay previously, and he's asking for another update then on his current play. So let's see what we can do for him, see if we can help him out. But first and foremost, again, playlist. I keep forgetting to turn this thing on. Let's introduce then BraveLittleWhite. BraveLittleWhite is going to be over here playing as the Soviets, and over here then is Jaeger Tech playing as the Austria. Let's get this fog of war off, because we want to keep in mind Jaeger's positioning. Straight out of the bat, this isn't the best point to cap up. Why? Because it's already defended by your MG. It's not going to be used to actually come and harass at all. So this is kind of like a wasted capping point, wasted opportunity. If you were to cap up this point, if you were to cap up this point, if you were to cap up any other points, they're still they're much more viable. But they bring you closer to the action as well. So yes, you get an initial burst of income from this one, but it's time that you're off the field. And the best thing about the Soviets is they can just get out so many conscripts so quickly. So if you haven't been able to cap up enough in the initial opening, you're gonna have a bad time. But Grenadiers are the first guys out, followed by the MGs, which, if I remember correctly, is the same opening as you had previously, which is cool because that's the same one I used too. So with Langresque Winter, a lot of this central VP is huge, simply because it acts as a if you are cut off, it denies the cut off because it connects these territories up down here, and it connects it down here as well. And also up here, these buildings are hugely vital as well. But let's shut up about that, because we have our initial engagement. Grenadiers in a good position against the conscripts. They should win this quite handily. At this distance, the conscripts aren't that accurate. You're in yellow cover, apart from this one guy who's in yellow cover. You can't do too much about that. And here comes the MG to support as well. Luckily, he's not actually in there capping. If he was in there capping, then standing far away and picking away at him wouldn't be doing too much of a good thing. MG, unfortunately, didn't set up in the right place. What you can do with this MG, I'm just going to pause it to 2 seconds real quick, because I didn't want to sort of miss anything. Instead of setting it up there, you could have just kept him unset up, so you can just still cap up that way, and then move up to support, because obviously it's time wasted setting up and de-setting up to move again. Conscripts now have a slight flank, and they're no longer in this yellow cover, and you need to move back slightly into the range of the MG. There you go. Losing 2 members isn't great, but you have kept them on the field, which is good, rather than sending them back straight away, because obviously they're supported by the MG, and meanwhile the Pioneers are continuing to cap up the left side, which is also good. Grenadiers coming out now as well to help with the capping up at the right hand side. Decapping this munitions is a good point. Yeah, okay, excellent. Just jumping straight in this building, it's either going to provoke a Molotov, or just this guy's going to take some unnecessary damage by standing here. But either way, you'll reveal whether he has the tech or not, and you'll also get some free damage on there as well. So happy days. Now your MG is a little bit too far back now. He hasn't actually capped up the VP. It's interesting, but he is capping up this munitions point. So the you can tell, because obviously the minimap is flashing red. This MG could come and very easily defend this point. He's not doing anything here, and it's vital at this point, because you've only got okay, Flamer Common Engineer there. That reveals quite a lot. I mean, in my mind, the alarm bell is going to be ringing for a tier 1. I'm going to assume that there's going to be a scout car coming quite soon to actually get this guy very mobile and around the map, and to be a major capping threat. What do you do? What sort of things should be going off in your head? Well, there's several. I mean, you can get these extra Grenadiers, but Grenadier spam isn't great. And especially when, like a T-70 rocks out, or something like that. Yes, you've obviously got the utility of having the Shreks, and you also have the rifle nades when you upgrade. But getting this many this early, I mean, it's not the okay. There's like a rock paper scissors theory that every unit has like a rock scissors paper counter. So countering block infantry with block infantry, it's not really doing it smart. It's just doing it. It's like paper versus paper. If you were able to, one of the things I like to do, I like to rush tech to tier 2, because the half track will give me a great amount of mobility. My troops can reinforce off of it, and also the flamer damage is excellent. Again, this MG, I don't think this MG's fired a single shot, and that's mainly because he's in a bad position. He's defending the VP, okay, but there's nothing on the VP. Like, you know, these forward grenadiers need some support. Unfortunately, this is the bug. Yeah, this is quite sad. They sort of get out and they get stuck in this bush. That is going to be looked at, but there's something to bear in mind. I believe that doesn't happen on winter. Sorry, on the summer map, if I remember correctly. But anyway, upgraded LMG on these grenadiers. That's going to do a fantastic job against these conscripts. It really will start dishing out damage. You notice it greatly. Back in the building, what you can do to try and avoid this, there you are. There's the inevitable scout car, look, so we knew that was coming. Yes, lots of grenadiers can fire off Shreks, but obviously Shreks don't do it in one, and unless your opponent is poor and gets himself in a sticky situation where he's surrounded by 2 grenadiers, then well, he should be having an okay time getting away with that. If I remember rightly as well, I think you'd have to use this back in base for too long. So again, you've got plenty of resources, plenty of resources, but I don't see any tech coming out. Oh, tech, sorry, excuse me, tech is coming out now. But that guy, you know, he should have just been, as soon as he gets back, you don't need to look at it to actually set it up. You can just do it like here. You can just select him while it's back in base like that. So these grenadiers are doing kind of jammily okay. There's a good Molotov going on top. Yeah, you do recognize it. That's cool. I mean, he's spent the Molotov now, so this guy in this house is safe. The MG is going to jump in there as well. Like I say, these common engineers, I mean, I think your opponent, you know, he's not doing too bad. He hasn't lost any squads yet, but this guy, you know, he's not doing anything. You need to be up close for these flamers to be firing. He's taking too many unnecessary losses here as well. So, yep, I mean, these grenadiers with the upguns should just, you see now, here's the danger, look. Yeah, grenadiers should be able to get out of there just about. Ooh, those guys didn't though. And MG42 is in great danger as well. Yep. Okay. A little pause, because I just want to talk about buildings real quick. Buildings that are wood are much more susceptible to fire than buildings that are made out of brick or stone. And you can tell, obviously this one's they're all made of wood, I think, on this one. I think I'm right in saying that. But there are, you know, on other maps there are ones that are made of brick and stone. But flamers obviously just ruin it, and because this is a one-story one as well, like all of you guys would have been on, unless you were facing out this window, all of you guys would be on the ground floor, they would have taken the increased damage as well. So, you knew it was coming. That's the main thing. You knew it was coming. Jumping in the building briefly to sort of stop any fire coming in is okay, but losing Grenadier Squad early, it always sucks. There we go. Again, floating quite a bit. I really want to see. You just lose more. Oh, okay. You just were undecided on what you wanted to get. Okay, getting another Pioneer Squad out now is good because your Pioneers are doing a good job of capping, and decapping as well. And you don't want to retreat them back just to get your next unit out. And having 2 Pioneers in the field is never a bad idea because it's always something more you can cap in and whatnot. Yeah, as soon as you cap that, now you can get out of there because you're just going to take unnecessary losses there. Again, the MG. He's got 1 kill. The MG is being severely underutilized in this game. In Molotov come in, this was really telecast. I mean, it's difficult not to telecast it. Pioneers are actually done okay damage against Conscious, but they're not going to win that engagement. They should get out as soon as humanly possible. And then we go to do, and you placed. Unfortunately, you've got the Grenadier Squad again. Another Grenadier Squad is not going to help the balance of your game. Whoa, okay. So this MG is just going to fire straight on through the cover, straight on through this massive haystack, and a rifle nade on top. Not quite doing enough damage, unfortunately, wipe out the squad, but close. Clumped up forces like this aren't helping. Okay, you can hear the scout car. Scout car's around right here. That's fine. Keep 2 Grenadiers together against the scout cars, because if the scout car does come into range, you can obviously double Faust it, and then it'll definitely go down. But if you can only single Faust it, it's not that good. And look at this, all of you guys are very close to freezing. This guy's right next to a fire. There's a fire here you could be using. There's buildings. There's a fire here. So there's plenty of opportunities for you to get warm. And you should be doing that as much as possible. Finally now, tier 2 coming down. This is so late. You can look how much fuel you've got, how much manpower you're floating. If you really wanted to, you could have gone straight for tier 3 and tried to rush out an Austrian simply because the timing was off for tier 2. Now by the time you'll get out your half track or your scout car, you know, there's the threat of a T-34 coming out, so it's danger time. But here we go. So there is a clown car right next to you. This guy is close to freezing, and he is your LMG team as well, so he's going to be taking the flank. You just want to see instant Fausts here. 1, 2, excellent. Okay, so 2 of the guys go down in that engagement. These guys should very easily be able to clear up those. I would focus on the engineers first because they're a weakly unit and they also have the high priority flamer target. Now you got, ooh, this guy is so close to going down. He's standing in the flames. You need to make sure you're not standing in any flames. And you also, before retreating him, yeah, get him right there. Sweet, okay. Flamin' Whiffer. Okay, so these engineers would be cheeky and try and take your point there. You will never take this with infantry unless you have some sort of vehicle to back up. And it's the same for this point down here. I've made mention of this. This point is covered by an MG in base as well. So that's just some notes for you guys. Double vet in these Grenadiers now, happy days. Half track is out. You're close to the munitions. Close to the munitions for getting the upgrade. I don't know if I would upgrade it at this point though, because like I said, it's 10 minutes in the game now. There's going to be some AT coming out soon. There's going to be some sort of vehicles coming out soon that'll counter it as well. I don't know if that's the best idea, but it's still a great unit to keep around your troops, to keep them on the field, keep them active and going. Might get some lucky damage crossing these common engineers. No extra deaths, but that's okay. And yeah, going for this aggressive point now as well, which is good because that will cut him off then as well from all of these points which he's got here. So note, this is the big cutoff for the south player. This is the big cutoff for the north player. These 2 points need to be monitored at all times. Anyway, Grenadiers are in a sticky situation here because there is two conscripts. Good dodge from the Molotov. Obviously, like I say, it is very predictable when it comes in. So MG needs to come and support again. This MG's just been out of position all game. It's so vital against when there's so much infantry on the field as well. It should pretty much always be firing. Getting the second one wouldn't go amiss either. I mean, Panzer Grenadiers are going to do okay. You know, Panzer Grenadiers always eat up conscripts, but as soon as they get hit the dirt in PPSH, that's when they're in real trouble. But we haven't seen that yet. I don't know if we will see hit the dirt because it should be. Let's have a quick look at BraveLittleWhite. So yeah, he has selected his choice. He's going for the shock troops with KV-8 and the IS-2. Will we see the IS-2? Unlikely. Will we see the KV-8? Probably. I would. Against this many Grenadiers, it's just a field day. An absolute field day. Finally, oh no, wait, I was supposed to say finally MG. Again, MG is just defending this VP needlessly. There's nothing coming in against this VP. There's no reason to be there. Okay, so you got the Flame Whiffer on the half track. It's not terrible, actually. Grenadiers are so low, though. Yeah, I wouldn't have waited about for trying to reinforce because their health is far too low. But that said, half track is going to have a free reign on these guys. You could follow him down, chase him down if you want, but we don't know what's down there. It's trouble. Bundling grenade here would be nice, but instead you're just going to rifle grenade and actually hit your own troops there. Just be a little bit careful about that. Panzer Grenadiers doing a good job of trying to clear up some guys. Okay. You could actually come in and burn this bunker out very easily if you wanted to, but yeah, it just gives veterancy for your half track. It doesn't really change the whole thing of the game, and it does make your half track a very easy target to anything that your opponent has as well. So, okay, back in base. Whoa! What's going on here? This ain't cool. And he's floating so much still again. Okay, Grenadier is going to be able to push off these guys, especially with the help of the half track if the half track decides to wait up. I think he might be just trying to focus on getting your Panzer Grenadiers reinforced. Anyway, big blob coming out now. What's the big problem here? What is the big problem here? No Medi bunker. You do have the bunker already down there, but I mean, if your troops were in their base for that long, then you know they weren't really that efficient anyway. Pause. 13 minutes into the game, you have no AT. Come on, man. I've said this before. I mean, the pack gun, people sort of like sneer at it, like, oh, it's crap, it's nowhere near as good as this gun. It's not the point. The point is it gives you consistent damage against vehicles, especially against S-285s. Panzer Grenadiers with Shreks do a decent job against S-285s, just providing that A, you have them, and B, they're supported by troops. Ooh, this guy needs to get out, get out, get out, get out. The crits. Oh, that was lucky. God, that was lucky. Lucky enough you do actually take that down, but that is just pure luck. So now you've been Shrek'd. There's no point Shrekking this guy again. You're not going to take him down with any of your army that you've got right now. What do you need? An AT gun is what you needed, not tier 2. Because, I mean, okay, you've got the Shrek off. A P4 can come in and flank it, but I think he's probably had the fuel advantage in this game. And plus already having one SU-85 out means that he can get another SU-5 out as soon as he wants, or he can get anything out that he wants. Anything at all. Oh, okay, I missed that. He did get the pack gun out. Okay, that's cool. It is a little bit late, but it's better late than never. Okay, you're not using. Oh, sorry, you're not got much in terms of munitions. That's fine. They're not floating that, because otherwise I'd say a medipack would be a fantastic idea. Because look how low these guys are. You can't help this. They're so low. Very good placement of mine there as well. I do like that. That's smart. It's showing that you're thinking. But now these guys are in a losing situation, and they're always going to be. Look, there's 4 guys there. He's only about 25% health. These guys will start dropping instantly if he sticks about. Just get them out. Just get them out. Please. It's not worth it. Look, there, one guy goes down. Flame Ranger coming down. 2 guys go down. Look, this is how quickly they go down. Look, just get out, dude. It's Infantry 2. I mean, yeah, he's dead. He's dead. He's got to be dead. Is he? No. Oh wow, that is the jammiest bugger there is. Okay, Reindeer's going up against more conscripts. This frame half track is kind of redundant at the moment, but you know the SU-85's around here and you know it's badly damaged. What do? Send your half track on the other side, but there's no SU-85, there's no AT on this side. Again, kind of good reaction to the Molotov. You do catch quite a bit of it though. This is dangerous play now. I know you're trying to just support the Panzer Grenadiers and keep them reinforced, but the SU-85 is close, and this is a very, very expensive unit to lose, especially when he hasn't got 1 kill in it. There's the SU-85. There's 1 shot. He's gonna be able to turn, get this section shot off. You will get this conscript squad down, I believe. You might be able to get the engineers down eventually as well. How this half track got out? No, I didn't. I was about to say I have no idea. But that was wasted. That was absolutely wasted. Like I say, you couldn't see the SU-85, but you knew it was there. That's what we talk about when you're revealing units. Look at all these conscripts here. That's kind of unfortunate. So you kind of evened it out, and you're getting the map control quite handily now as well. You have got tier 2. Look at the amount of fuel you're floating as well. No commander choice as of yet that I can see. It's slightly bugged though. I can't actually see if you have or not. Okay, let's have a look around. Okay, so it's a good foothold you have. I do like this mine. I like to see this guy go and hide, jump into the warmth, and the world's least fired MG42. Unfortunately, oh, this is sad. That's sad. I mean, that was something you couldn't help. That's just one of the unfortunate mechanics. I mean, you could potentially set up right there, but you will eat the Molotov. You know the Molotov's will be coming, so there's no real point. Because the MG4 go down. Just get him out. Just get him out. Just get him out. That's so cool. You just sort of. It was heavy snow as well. You're just running around in heavy snow. It's sloppy. Sloppy is the best way of describing it. Finally, this bunker is up. Now you're going to start preserving some manpower. Which is exactly what every player needs. And look at this fuel you're holding here. I mean, obviously the argument can be made that there's an SU-85 on the field, so the Eagles aren't going to be that great, but at the same time, they can be repaired. You know, as long as it doesn't as long as it isn't destroyed, they can be repaired. You're preserving your manpower once again. Shock troops have been revealed. The shock troops are going to do a good number against your Grenadiers. I'd like to see 1 or 2 more LMGs possibly on the actual guys. It's going to be a decent grenade. This is going to be a huge grenade coming in. Oof, look at that. Oh, you can very easily clear this guy off if you're not careful. Bricking it, out. Alright, okay, cool. So now you can see, with just 2 units, he's effectively pushed off your entire force, which is... Yeah, there was a portion of poor luck on your half, but at the same time, I mean, MG42, again with this MG42, mate, okay. JM12, Jaeger Tech, please. All I want you to do is either play a 1v1 or play against a computer and play with just support units. You will suck, you will lose a couple of times, but it is vitally important that you understand the timings of the setups, the positioning of the MG42s, how you can use different MG42s to cover your flanks, to cover your entrances, even including things like mortars and your AT guns. Just get those timings perfectly, because once you have mastered those, you will find that the MG42 will save your life so much. It is in my opinion one of the best units in the game, especially for austere. It is so good and so versatile. In this game, it's really not shone at all. You've got a lucky pin off on the shock troops, but again, it's lucky. It's mainly down to your opponent's misfortune slash negligence. But this guy, you know, he should be okay. I was about to say he should be like vet 2 by now. He does get vet MC1 there. And again, decent Molotov coming off. Vet MC3 in this conscript. He does make it out. Your guy running around on fire. What are you gonna do? Yeah, get him next to the fire. Don't retreat him just yet. Get him a bit of warmth and then retreat him home, just to be double sure. Okay. And again, a large amount of troops back here. Plenty of manpower you could have been using to actually reinforce. You are reinforcing them now as well, so that's cool. Sitting on the 300 fuel. No, yeah, okay. I can't actually see that. This is a small bug in some of the replays. We can't actually see the commanders that are available to you, but there's still no commander choice. What are your commanders again? This is frustrating that I can't see. I'd like to see a commander choice soon. The amount of CPs that you have, the amount of fuel that you're floating as well, you can just straight up buy a Tiger pretty much if you just can just preserve your manpower. We do hear a vehicle around here. It's probably the Su-85. Again, you can hear the vehicles through the fog of war. You're doing the fog of war. This is a terrible engagement for the for the Panzer Grenadiers. Again, heavy snow. Very good grenade, but yeah, get on out of there. It was not worth it. KV-8 time. Happy days. This was the KV-8 that we were, like I said, was pretty much guaranteed to be coming out. 2 pack guns out though. That's good news. That's very good news. And you can see the Su-85 hasn't been able to do anything because you haven't got any vehicles out, which, you know, it's kind of cool. It's kind of good. But with this KV-8 coming in now, the KV-8 will stomp all over these packs unless you've got perfect positioning and backing up with Grenadiers to get the Shrek off. And I mean, it will tear it apart. Su-85, ignore the Su-85 for now. Don't move your packs. Don't take the bait. So, incendiary barrage coming down here. Hopefully, vet 3 guys get them out. Yeah, sweet. Days. That's cool. Okay, KV-8's been, this is your key target. This is the thing that will absolutely rape you and destroy you. And it will, like, give you nightmares for weeks and weeks and weeks. Pack, unfortunately, misses. Grenadier, get out of there. Don't stick around for the fires. You're going to lose Vetsy. 4. Okay. Pause. One simple flank. I mean, this is pretty much going to win the game for him, I think. KV-8 is going to be able to come in here and roll over all these troops. MG42 in the wrong position once again. I mean, what are these guys doing here? The MG42 needs to be protecting the packs. The packs aren't in the best position because this second pack isn't able to fire, and they're both in a straight line. So if something was to come around the side, very much like the shock troops did, these won't be able to fire at anything. Ideal positions. Well, MG42 would have been better if using the building simply because you get a bigger line of sight, so you can actually see if there's a flank coming to start off with. Pack guns I would have had like possibly one up here because it is heavy snow. I mean, any troops that try to rush in against you, at least you'll have a bit of edge to actually get away. And then the other one then can be sort of like a bit further back, which is, you know, it's nice that it is further back because as soon as this one gets rushed, as long as you've got covering fire on it, then happy days. Let's see what happens. So let's see how this unfolds. Instantly this guy goes down. MG42 is going to replace. He is going to be able to get around in time by expecting grenades. Okay, if this guy could have, he could have got a smoke grenade down, but there's no need because KV is going to very easily take out the MG42. MG42 is going to go down. There you go. And now he can leisurely just come in and take out that guy as well. So that's 2 vital support troops lost. Finally, we see a Stug. Really? Alright. But this is deadly, look. Oh god, this is deadly. Pack-in is now not facing the right way either. Stug is kind of useless because it... Oh, is that another one down? And incendiary barrage coming in. Yeah, this is the key vocal point. Panzer Grenadiers aren't going to be able to do anything, and Panzer Grenadiers is going to go down as well. This KV-8 is a hero. 10 kills. It doesn't seem like that much, but the squad wipes, it's just... They're all squad wipes practically. Finally, it is going to go down to... the unit of all units. It is actually a Stug. But the Su-85 isn't too happy about it. He's going to come in, he's going to take a shot or 2 off from the back armor, but there is a pack to cover its route. So, okay, he shot his to go for it, which is kind of smart. But with that, you know, with that amount of, there's 2 Grenadiers going down, MG going down, and a pack going down. That's difficult. Ooh. You might actually get... Ooh, okay. Alright, so that guy went down. Let's have a look at his army then. He's lost a ton. He's lost all of his conscripts. Wow, okay. But look how much he's floating again. This is nuts. Another shock troops is not a bad idea. It's not terrible. At this point, if you get them at this point, they are going to be able to vet up by the end of the game. But you just need capping units. And conscripts do that absolutely fine. You know, yes, you don't have the upgrades for them, but with enough conscripts, you can get out here, you can recover all these vehicles, and then your army just doubles in size instantly. Keeping these guys together is it's kind of okay. They're both anti-infantry though. That's the only trouble. So if they do come across like that Stug, they're not going to be able to do anything. Stug picking away, actually not doing too bad. Get both these guys out. You don't want to lose your Vet 3. Ooh, very close to the Vet 3 squad there. Yeah, Panzergrenadiers could be capping. Panzergrenadiers always going to be like the most forward capping unit because they are very good against most things. S-85 is going to poke about. I wouldn't chase after him. You're going through heavy snow again, and that's going to be a long time to get there. And if you do get Shrek off, what then? You know, your Stug is going down there in position now. Pack is moving up as well, but it's a bit too late to worry about that. Now is the time to actually sort of change your focal position to this point, and just play with the cutoffs. Go for the cutoff points because obviously, you know, if they have no cutoffs, what's going down here? Oh, it's S-85. If their cutoffs are taken off, then the resources are bleeding. I mean, the map is around about 50% right now, but you need every advantage you can get. And if you actually got the army advantage, which I find surprising because BraveLittleWhite had some excellent engagements, he just wasn't paying attention with his conscripts, unfortunately. Okay, S-85 taking a little poke at the pack. Stug up against the shock troops, just upgraded his MG42. The Stug isn't great. Oh, it does get some crushing kills though. But if you upgrade the MG42, it's gonna do, you know, a great amount more of damage, especially against shock troops. Shock troops are so expensive to reinforce, and you won't be doing as much damage as possible. You do know that this S-85 is coming. Okay, you've had a great shot off on it. Unfortunately, there's no. Oh, this pack is facing the wrong way as well. This pack was facing the right way. And he's so close to the mines. You could be doing a lot better. The Stug, you know, even just firing 1 or 2 shots against the Stug would do a lot better. Now the pack has been refaced. S-85 is in great danger to go down. It will go down now. 1 more shot, and that will be it. Cool. So that's happy days. That's it's always good to have the S-85 down. So you're in a stronger position now. Yeah, and this Fancy 3 will do very well against the shock troops, especially at range. Might even go down. No, okay, too busy moving. Okay. Yeah, just get the Packin out of there. You've recruited it, you've got your Packin back. No MG42. I would definitely get MG. Again, look at this float. This float is huge. I mean, okay. There you go. Tiger coming in. This is the Tiger's opportunity to shine. Now that the SU-85 is down, the KV-8 is down. There's 2 very fuel intense units. Intense, fuel expensive, whatever. So we can assume that he doesn't have any sort of vehicles or anti-tank, and we're kind of right. He's got an S-85 building. Other than that, nothing. So it's their time to shine. Okay, Grenadiers are going to get forced off quite handily. Yep, there you go. Yeah, recruiting up with double pioneers is fine. Just yeah, just when you've got sort of 3 men with the squad, it's this basically repairing at 75%. Efficiency, if you have 1 person that's recruiting, it's repairing at 25% efficiency. So there you go. Now it's going to be very quick. Very quick. Map control is a little bit interesting. It's a little bit sort of split. There's no key hard point of your forces, and it's down to your playstyle. You don't need to sort of bunker all your forces in one go. Get these guys out of here as soon as humanly possible. Like they're in heavy snow again. They're waddling about. It's so predictable you're going to be jumping in this building that I'd throw a Molotov now, because you can't do anything while you're getting in this building. There's no way of you dodging it. There you go. Like you can see, he winds it up straight on in, and it's yeah, straight back out again. Okay, so you don't actually take much damage. That's kind of lucky. So now, Stug, and you do have the upgrade now for the Stug and the Tiger as well. Push your advantage. Okay. In terms of fuel, you'll know. Oh, I'd have been so sad if that happened. In terms of fuel, you know that you've taken down 2 heavy vehicles. He's not going to have 2 heavy vehicles of his own out. Push these vehicles together and have them backed up with some infantry, and you will be rewarded with plenty of kills and whatnot. Get these guys out. They don't want to be flamed up for too long at all. The less amount of damage you can take, the better. Interesting choice for a mine. I mean, that would only be the telemine only goes off against vehicles. You know, I would guess that there's no vehicles coming down this way anytime soon. It would have been better if you had the anti-personnel mines, possibly. Okay, what am I missing now? Tiger isn't doing anything really. He could be out here supporting these guys. Stug, again, he needs to be facing the right way to run. These guys should have got out a long time ago. They weren't doing anything. They were pinned. They were just taking unnecessary damage, some manpower drain, and potential loss of a squad for nothing. nothing, I tell ye. Pioneers on my side. Yep, okay, just by recognize that. That's cool. These Flamers are doing a great job in there. Okay, so here's the SU-85. Now is the time to hit him with everything you've got. The Packers have been great for a couple of shots. Tiger needs to move in, give vision off for it. Stug needs to move in. Take this guy out. If you take this SU-85 out now, you will have no chance of, no real chance of coming back to win this, because you should be able to just maintain map dominance through your vehicles, through your armor. Unfortunately, not quite doing that, but that's okay. Again, quite a few forces back here, but they've been just recently retreated, so I'm not going to moan too much about that. Unit preservation is pretty good. Look, I mean, veterancy, that's how you can tell you've got good unit preservation, is by the amount of veterans you have in your troops. So it's good to see that you're doing alright. In terms of VP, yeah, you're strong in terms of VPs. But okay, here comes like the surge again then. What I would do now in this situation, you've got pretty much everything. I mean, like, you are missing an MG half-track. It's not a terrible idea, actually. Since you do have the resources for it. I wouldn't upgrade it straight away with the Flamer half-track. Again, you could, because you do have the munitions, but some fragmentation bombs will be very deadly if you can get them off against some conscripts. I'd even sort of threaten it with a bit, like, as next time you push them off, threaten it with it in his base, because they will wipe squads like no tomorrow. And again, you can set it up with the overnight, the scout plane if you want. The scout plane sticks around for quite a while. At 80 munitions, you think that's quite hefty, but it's really not. The amount of vision it gives is so good. It's so good. So we see there's 2 shock troops out. Perfect opportunity for a vehicle, but there's another SU. No, is that the same SU-85? That's the same SU-85. I think you just repaired it. Well dodged, get out of there. Shock troop grenades, unlike Molotovs, can instantly destroy the vehicles. But again, SU-85 is revealed that it's in a poor position. It's showing its side flank to where your guys are. Stug needs to move forward, Tiger needs to move forward, not the half-track. Half-track needs to stay back because he gets 2-shotted, and these guys need to move forward as well. Brave infantry is dying, and his Rendiers went down. Maybe possible infantry, they got caught by the shock troops, so that ain't cool, especially as they're decent amount of veterancy. What's going on here? Okay, so he's kind of like hidden by the building slightly. Okay. Pause. Let's just have a little sort of think about what's going on now. In terms of units, like I say, you've got most of what you need. You do need an MG out though at some point. You need an MG just to help you support, to lock down these areas. It's all well and good capping up an area, but then you want to sort of, again, you want to get in the meta of the game. You want to think about your opponent. So your opponent is immediately going to try and come back and cap up those points. You can't do it if there's an MG protecting it, if there's minefields about, if there's an OP on there, you know, those sort of things. You need to sort of think about that, because the cheaper you can do it, and with the less amount of units protecting that point, but in like making sure that it's not going to be contested. That's how you win the game. Like putting down those bunker MGs. Again, you're floating a lot of munitions, plenty of manpower. You could have bunker MGs on pretty much every point that was considered vital, and your opponent will do much about it. You know, if he does try and take out the bunker with an MG with his SU-85, roll on up with your tank and Stug and see who's laughing then. But that's how you put the final nail in someone's coffin. Make sure instead of floating resources, you just put it into like investing into OPs. You know, the extra munitions, the extra fuel will pay dividends in the long run. Again, he's overextending this SU-85. He's got way too greedy and takes a lot of damage. You can see the 2 pack-ins are doing a great amount of damage. The vehicles are doing good damage as well, but it's the actual pack-ins that have knocked him down. 2 SU-85s out now. Keep it cool. Get this guy out of here as soon as humanly possible, because he takes, kind of a good attempt at the smoke, but it was poor to sort of throw him away. Again, we get 2 shots so easy by SU-85s. Ooh, this charging is not good. You can see this Stug is going to go down instantly. Okay, pack guns are great against the SU-85s. Move the pack gun on up, support your Tiger. That's the best way of doing it. These guys are, I mean, I can tell you, just going in and trying to get the Faust off, but you're eating a lot of damage from the Shreks. You only do this if you're so sure that you can finish it off. This guy is like 1 shot from the Tiger. The Tiger can move. I don't know why you're keeping him so still. But now that the SU-85's got the flank on him, depends. This pack will have vision of him soon. What's this fragmentation bomb? Close. No scar, unfortunately. Good flanking against this pack, and this pack is going to go down very quickly. Tiger with the support of the AT gun should push off this S-35, and the shock troops don't really have much business around here, unfortunately. Nothing much for them to shoot at. He's going for a cutoff, which is, again, it's good by Brave Little that he's aware of the cutoff points, and he's really going for them, pushing the pace of those. And Austrian out now. That's quite a good call, but you know, like your pack guns and your Tiger will do enough to deter the S-85s. So as long as you keep this Austrian on the back lines, just preventing all the back capping, then it's going to be worthwhile. But if you just trend them down here and try and support the Tiger, no, it's gonna melt. Shock troop's dangerously low now. The Tiger does do okay infantry damage. You know, it's not guaranteed, but it's okay. Sorry, I'm just like sore arms because they're just so huge. No. Okay, again, coming up with the Grenadiers at this point in the game is not too bad, but when they're capping up like this, there's no point, and especially when there's the VP over here, which could be capped up. So yeah, I would wheel this guy back. He's got veterancy. You don't want him to die. Even if it's only veterancy one, you don't want him to die because that stun ability is so good. It's so underrated and it's so good. Wheel him back, get him healed up, get him fully recruited, and then bring him back on the field. And this pack's in quite a good position, and he is supported as well by quite a few guys, which is cool. So Tiger will be up and running again shortly. This guy, I would just like throw down a munitions point right now. You don't necessarily need any more fuel. You're kind of good for fuel, but munitions will give you. You can upgrade all of these pioneers. 4 pioneers. You know, this is good, and it's odd. You wouldn't expect me to sort of say that, but it's very good because he has a very mobile repairing force. You also can get the flames on him as well. Wow, okay. Instant damage against the shock troops. Shock troops do get a decent grenade off, but they're going to be thrown away very quickly. So that's 120 manpower he lost like that, as well as the grenade he threw, which is the 35 missions, 40 missions, something like that. Instant win, instant easy engagement. Yes, the incendiary barrage is coming down. Just move the guys out, and you should be fine. I'd retreat this guy out. I mean, I'd wait for the incendiary to go away. Ooh, pack gun, no, pack gun, no, pack gun. God, that's so lucky. You've gone away with some massively jammy stuff this game, which you really shouldn't have. But hey, it's the nature of the game. Go play it as you play it. Pioneers will very easily be forced off by the shock troops unless there's some support from someone or something. Well, did one of them go down? No, okay, the other one in the building. Alright, okay, that's no problem. Meanwhile over here, more pioneer action then onto the conscripts. But here comes the Austrian. This is the perfect opportunity for the Austrians to come and nail some bad guys. Note, please, the people who Russian people who are fed up with the game, thinking that it's evil or something. I don't mean that Russians are evil. I think that it's just a game of fiction. Baron, you take out your AT gun. Lucky enough, he didn't. Austrian's going to be able to. Oh, whoops. Whoopsie. It's not too much at this point in the game now. P4 out in the field now as well. That's going to be able to secure one flank. Okay. So you lured out the Su-85. Get this guy out of here as soon as possible. Just pop smoke. There you go. Smoke popped. Just reverse him on out. And this is the point where you needed a trap, which is when, if this AT gun was oh dear. Okay. When you reveal a unit like an Ostwind, it's gonna elicit a response such as an S-85 coming. You need to think ahead about that. You know, okay. Yes, he's on the flank when the S-85s weren't there. So what do you do now with the Tiger? Tiger could move forward and like just take out this this point in retaliation. Again, I just wish that the pack gun was kind of like a little bit closer to help out the S-Wind as well. It would have deterred it if nothing else. But there we go. I mean, like map control, you can see it's majority on your hands. Let's have a quick look at Brave. Brave he's got the 2 S-85s. He's got his 2 shock troops. Unfortunately, it is looking a little bit grim, really, isn't it? And unfortunately, it was like KV8. The KV8 could have done. He did a lot of damage anyway with KV8, which is great. But if he was able to get it out, that is what the key is. And unfortunately, this S-85 micro isn't fantastic. You can split up these S-85s because they will still beat most tanks one-on-one. I mean, it probably won't take out a a late KV8 coming out. It's not bad, but you really need to be able to flank the AT gun and harass the Tiger away with the S-35s. If you can do that, then you can come back into this game very easily. Shock troops pushing away these grenadiers. Sweet, happy, awesome. So let's switch back over to Jaeger. So Jaeger does have vision on one of these S-35s with the very, very, very low AT gun. This is another very, very low AT gun. So, down this guy goes. He's inevitably going to go down. I mean, you need like a little slight tap and you've gone down. Shock troops, they can out-recruit this. I'd definitely recruit this in this situation. S-35s are able to do decent enough damage and get it away. Yeah, he does take it. So yeah, shock trooper run away. These two, well, this guy who is not carrying the AT gun is a shock trooper. We are suffering losses. Another AT gun now? Okay, AT gun firing guys there. Oh, the vehicle went down. Oh, that went down bloody quick. That's the trouble with the S-35s, man. P4 should not counter S-35s. KV-8 is getting smashed, but it's going to instantly take down that guy. The Tiger does have a great angle. Ooh, abandoned. Jump straight on in there, mate. Get that KV-8 now as soon as possible. Great. Actually, that was a really good fragmentation bomb. The stun you got down there is definitely going to be laid up to be killed. Recruiting the AT gun? Nah, out of recruit the KV-8. KV-8 every day, all day. Tiger now, unfortunately, is getting a little bit outgunned. MC2, S-35. Ooh, S-35 does go down. I think that might have been from the... No, the back gun didn't actually shoot it. But unfortunately, he's trying to chase now. This is the desperation moment. He's thinking, I need to get this Tiger now, and he's going to lose the S-35. This, I'm sure, is a good game. Yeah, down it goes. And what does he have left? Still, you know, a sizable-ish infantry force. There we are. Good game. Jaeger Tech. What can we do to improve? Timings on your buildings. It's not as essential as it was in Company Heroes 1, but it still is a huge, huge thing. I mean, if you can get that tier 2 building up, that Flame Half Track has such a window of opportunity. The scout cars are able to play havoc as well. So if you can get that spot on timing with your fuel, happy days. If you can't, no worries. You did go for an extended tier 1. Lost a lot of grenadiers in sort of process, but they did do an okay job against conscripts. What else was there? Supporting unit, like the support play as well. Definitely need to work on the support play. That MG42 was so underutilized. It was painful, man. It brought tears to my eyes. Just make sure you've got him in like the right position, in the right building, in the right support places. The way you can do that is just by practice. There's no insta guide of how to make your MG42 work, but you know, you should always, if MG42 isn't firing, then he's probably in the wrong position. Again, there's arguments that can be made that, you know, on certain maps, oh, if I put this MG42 in this building, it's going to stay there all game and do well. Yeah, alright, that's fair enough. But you need the second MG then to be backing up your army. You could have done well with the second MG in this scenario, but let's not sort of get too bunked down on that. Opponent wasn't fantastic. He wasn't a great player either, so it's not... it's kind of okay. Like he should have had more scout cars out early. Shouldn't have thrown away that KV-8. He should have been better with his S-35s. But let's not get too 50, man. It's still a very young game, and people have a lot to learn anyway. So JM12. Hopefully these hints and tips have helped you out once again. Or Jaeger Tech. Sorry, he's JM12 on the forums. That's why I call him JM12. And BraveLittleWhite, fantastic game, man. Well played. You showed quite a bit of heart there, and I thought you had it in the bag, but in the sort of like 10-minute mark, we didn't quite seal the deal when you could have. But there we are. Fantastic game, guys. Thank you very much for sending in the replay. I've been Crossfire, you've been great, and I'll see you all next time. Take it easy, guys.